Michael, do you know that you have never seen an ass whipping like you saw last night? Did you know that? Did you know, like literally that was unprecedented.
Never.
Statistically,
That's
unprecedented. No team has ever, this is according to the Athletic, no team has ever lost 40-0 or worse, lost the sack battle 7-0 or worse, lost the turnover battle 3-0 or worse, had a blocked field goal return for a touchdown, and threw a pick six in a single season. In a season. All of that happened to the Giants last night. And to make matters worse, it was against the Cowboys, it was at home, and it was on national television. And all I could think about was, neither one of them two fools on brother from another has sense enough to pick the Cowboys to come out of the NFC East. And so I said to myself, okay, let me ask Michael, because you got the Eagles going back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. All
right. You got the Eagles going back. Okay. I got the Niners going to the Super Bowl. And you know I had a lot of fun at the expense of the Cowboys last year.
How could you not?
Infamous final play with Ezekiel Elliott at center. But I still don't think the Cowboys have anything from San Francisco. Am I sleeping? Am I sleeping on the Cowboys? Am I disrespecting Dallas?
Well, you know what? It's and there are worse things to do, because what most people do with America's team, a lot of people love them, a lot of people hate them,
There's
a lot
extremes.
of people mock them. They mock the Cowboys. All you're doing, you're not mocking them. You're just saying, from a football perspective, if you look at offense, defense, special teams, coaching, intangibles.
Well, a lot of people do that mocking.
You like the Niners.
That mocking you're talking about, a lot of people just do that for attention. Because the Cowboys, they're a brand. So people just do it for attention. Just to get clicks and eyeballs and whatnot.
What did Robert Saleh say? What did Robert Saleh say about people, if they ain't talking about you, if they ain't hating on you, you ain't popping or something like that? Remember his little line? So the
it wasn't
Cowboys,
Robert Saleh, but yes. I mean, Robert Saleh said it, but yeah, exactly.
He quoted. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I know.
Okay.
It was just funny.
That sounded real old. What did Robert Saleh say?
No, it's funny. It was funny because it was coming from him.
Kadarius Toney, catch the football. Catch the football. Stop, Kadarius Toney, Kadarius Toney and the Giants, they're like exes that just leave them Giants fans, leave them alone. You got your own problems, Kadarius Toney. But go ahead. Yeah. You were saying, Michael. Go ahead.
No, I just funny. I didn't think he had that in his bag, and so it was just really funny hearing it come from him. But I would say this. Yeah. Look, there are always going to be people who have something to say about the Cowboys, and the Cowboys don't get the benefit of the doubt. You know what the Cowboys miss? Just good, sober analysis, because everybody is so extreme with them. Their fans think they could do no wrong. Their haters don't dismiss everything they do. So if they shut somebody down 40-0, it's like, oh, it's the Cowboys, whatever. They'll disappoint you in the end. So whereas, and I'm not going to turn this into a rant on San Francisco. We'll talk about them later. Whereas San Francisco can go into Pittsburgh and give up a touchdown and score 30 points and win 30-7, they'll get, they're ready to play. The Cowboys doing all the things that you pointed out, a shutout against a divisional opponent. Against a divisional opponent, the opponent who probably knows you best.
A playoff team from a year ago.
Listen, I'm not shrugging.
No, that's not a shrug. No, that's not a shrug. That's not a shrug.
I think
I'm sorry. Did that come off as a shrug by me?
No, you didn't.
Did that come off as a shrug?
It didn't.
Okay.
I'm just saying what I'm doing. I'm not shrugging. I'm telling you, I disagree with you. I think the Cowboys have something for Philadelphia. I think the Cowboys have something for San Francisco. I don't believe by any stretch that those teams are playing on a different level than the Cowboys. The Niners beat them last year in the playoffs, but it's not like Dallas didn't have opportunities, and they will have opportunities this year. I look forward to it. Happy to see the Cowboys doing this. Happy to see my man, Mike McCarthy, in his first game as a play caller in Dallas, getting a resounding game ball.
Yeah, no.
Give me a game
Mike
ball.
Needed that.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike needed that because if Mike don't get it done this year, Jerry might be calling his old friend Deion Sanders. I'll get to that later on. But in terms of Mike McCarthy's job was also made significantly and exponentially easier in terms of play calling because of the job that Dan Quinn is doing calling and coaching the Dallas modern-day doomsday defense. They had a doomsday in the early 70s. They had a doomsday 2 in the late 70s. I don't know if they've had a doomsday 3 or not yet. If not, this is it. And maybe I'm late to that party. Maybe they've been calling it that for the last several years that Dan Quinn has been running this defense, led by Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs and company. But really the question with Dallas, everybody knows that defense could play. They're a far more physical team than they have been. The question with, traditionally speaking, at least in the Romo years, right? Or the early Dak years. The question with Dallas is simply McCarthy, but more Dak than McCarthy. Is Dak that dude to get Dallas, to its destination, to its ideal destination? If the defense is gonna play like that, he doesn't have to be. And maybe the team is just now to a point. But they got it. But the problem is, I think they got to play like that. I know Dak says his confidence is at an all-time high. His comfort in the offense is at an all-time high. He got Brandon Cooks and Tony Pollard, if he's healthy, is a nice weapon. And CeeDee Lamb is a number one. I'm still not convinced, and I certainly didn't see it last night. And they only had one game to show it. It's one game. I get it. Long season, we'll see. I'm still not convinced that when it comes down to it, Dak can win a game for Dallas. We know he can lose a game, but I don't know that he can be the reason for Dallas, which is really, to me, the difference between Dallas and everybody else. What? Have you seen him? Have you seen him be the reason why Dallas goes deep into the playoffs?
You said win a game and win a game. And
not win a game. No, not win a game. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the games that matter. Because we know Dallas can win in the regular season. I'm talking about the games that they're playing for. It's desired destination, as I said.
Well, you know what? It's too bad. Like, it's crazy.
And I'm not shitting on Dak. No, I'm not shitting on Dak. Don't even start. I'm going to cut you off before you get there.
Hey, Gary.
I'm cutting this off at the pass.
No, don't do this.
That's not what I'm doing.
Can we do this? Gary, can we do this? Can we do this for the second time this week? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are.
No, I'm not. I like Dak Prescott. I like everything he stands for. He's a man of the year. I love everything he stands for. And I would be more than happy if he were my quarterback, given the quarterbacks that other people have to suffer through in many respects. But I don't know. I don't have the type of trust in Dak Prescott.
It's just so.
It's backhanded. It's backhanded.
You know what happens?
Look, Deion. You know what happens? Deion, it ain't my job to believe, Deion. I took this job not to be a believer. I didn't take this job to be a cheerleader. I'm a skeptic by nature.
I just want to point out. What's happening. There's a college basketball thing that happens to NFL quarterbacks like Dak Prescott.
College basketball.
Doesn't happen to the
like a Final Four thing, like with Dean Smith. He can get you to the Final Four but not win it type thing.
Or no, I was going to say no. The more you hang around, the more people pick you apart. Now, that didn't happen to the elites. Didn't happen to Brady. But so the more they see you, the fresh face gets credit. Mm-hmm. So, for example, let me just point out, I can't help it. Yeah. I'm obsessed. I'm going to diagnose myself. I'm obsessed.
No, not yet. Not yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Make a different point.
Make a different point. No, because you're still
out. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to go there.
My faith in who? My faith in who?
I'm not going to park there. I'm going to drive by.
It's going to pass through. It's going to pass around there.
I'm just driving. I ain't even driving. I ain't even driving slowly either. I'm going.
Gotcha.
I'm going the speed limit.
All right.
So, Dak Prescott who has accomplished something in this league, who's actually a Pro Bowl quarterback, who is actually thrown for like thousands of yards in a season and multiple touchdowns and big contracts and other stuff. He is Dak that dude? There's somebody who's been here for like a day or two, happens to not be there for his team at the most important time.
Wait. Not be there? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
I'm hating today. I'm hating. Okay.
Really?
I brought the hate.
You still?
I brought the hate.
Still?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.